It's so orange. So I finally moved out. It took forever. I got out at 11 a.m. this morning, which was later than it should have been, but since the place is clean, I'm sure they're happy. I just needed to get the mattress out. Person I was supposed to take it to didn't plan right and didn't tell me that she needed to be somewhere, so I just left it by a dumpster because I'm one person. It has taken me a full week to move out the entirety of my apartment, and it's taken forever. It took me until the very last second. So here I am in my car. I got it all set up. It doesn't look very organized, but I'll take a video of my trunk whenever I get situated. Everything's done and taken care of, so from this point I can do whatever, which is exciting. But tomorrow my car is going to the shop, and then once it's finished, then I can do shit. I'll be borrowing my mom's truck, I think, for the week, so I'll make it work like I do. I'm probably just gonna camp the whole week, and hopefully today, like, I'm probably about to go to a park nearby and take a nap because I'm so tired. I pushed myself like crazy. Thankfully I paced myself, so like I'm not suffering too bad. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I can't wait to take the video of the trunk. I'll do that when I get to the park. I just want to kind of sit with my windows open and change my clothes. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt and it's killing me. Same with the jeans. The jeans are killing me. It was like 40 degrees this morning, and now I think it's well into the 60s, maybe into the 70s. And the wind just persists despite the cold front. The sun is, it's just so fucking hot. It's hot. It's hot. Anyway, that's it for now. And then once I bunker down at the park, I'll actually probably pull up my laptop and just kind of see what I can do for now. I want to finish my Severance video ASAP. That's due on the 10th. So if I can get that done today or tomorrow, that'll be perfect. I'm probably going to spend the rest of my night at a library until it closes after the park. I just want to sit, it's surrounded by trees for a bit. So I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Doodly doodlies. Baby's first interjection. These will get really fun later on. They'll get better quality, I promise. So I did not end up sitting at a park or sleeping at a park. There was a security guard in the corner of the parking lot who was keeping an eye on things. So as you'll see in the next clip, I ended up walking and I sat for a little bit. My butt got nice and wet and I smoked a bowl, but I was not able to relax at the park. I can move. Let me move. Oh yeah, I'm still recording. I was worried that school bus would hit me. Oh my gosh. She got it though, she got it. I'm gonna stop recording now. This weather is giving me whiplash and my car doesn't like to keep pumping. Man, all I wanted was to record a video while my gas tank filled, and I couldn't do that. And now I gotta worry about finding somewhere to go during rush hour to talk to a fucking camera. If anybody knows why the gas pump won't pump itself in my car, let me know, because it's annoying. I shouldn't have to hold my car's hand. I have to hold the handle. But anyway, this weather's giving me whiplash. It does that anyway because we're in Indiana, you know, and it just be like that. But like especially right now because we just got a little cold front. Like we had those crazy storms that lasted about 2 hours. I know that down south it was a lot worse. There were a lot of tornado touchdowns down towards southern Indiana and some other surrounding areas, but we're always fine. We don't really get touched by tornadoes often, and when we do, they don't really do a whole lot of destruction. Knock on wood and all that jazz, but cities don't really get tornadoes much because it's not flat enough for shit to pick up like that. Like when you have tornadoes, you need a lot of space and you need the airflow needs to be able to do what it does to create a tornado. So it doesn't really do that in the city, and it's pretty rare for us to get tornadoes in the city. So I wasn't worried a bit, but the fact that it only stormed like 2 hours was crazy to me because it was a torrential downpour, huge winds. It actually felt a lot like a Florida hurricane because it was still warm, but the cold front was starting to move in, but it wasn't that cold yet. And with the way that the wind and the rain was, it reminded reminded me of being in Florida during hurricane season. So that was kind of funny, but it only lasted 2 hours and then it was done. It didn't even sprinkle again. Like, it was just done. Don't worry. I get a tripod pretty soon after this. And by tripod, I mean a phone mount for my car. Pretty soon, this angle that you're seeing right now, yeah, that's not permanent, I promise. We're still in the beginning stages of getting things looking pretty. Sorry about that. Weather always gives me whiplash here, but what's making it so crazy today, 2 days after those storms, because yesterday it was cold as shit. This morning it was like 40 degrees, but now it's 55 degrees-ish, give or take. It depends on my car. It's so chilly because the cold front, the winds are really cold, but the sun is so fucking hot. I keep going back and forth between I need to put on a short sleeve shirt and oh my gosh, it's perfect that I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt. Like, it's the best thing I could do. Oh, I'm recording upside down. Would it really matter though? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just begin. I'm going to vlog the vagabond life. And it's not supposed to look luxurious. It's not supposed to look fun. It is supposed to look fun when it is fun. But I'm not gonna be afraid to show you the ups and the downs. And now I have made it somewhere. A while back, before I started taking everything down, took a video of what my apartment looked like, and it was gorgeous. And I was going to put that on YouTube. And then I also took a video when I left for covering my ass reasons. They're not about to say it was dirty because it was not. I don't think they would try that, but even if they did try that, like, you're not gonna leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I think it'll be fine. Whatever. Not gonna get into that. So the video itself, I'm gonna start it out. It's gonna be like before and after is gonna be the thumbnail. And it's gonna start out at the beginning. It's gonna be the walkthrough when it looked all nice and shit. And the second half is gonna be the walkthrough when it's all empty and bare. And it might be a little sad. Also, I put Mulin down yesterday. And I've been not looking forward to it. Talk about phrasing, huh? I've been anticipating it and I've been preparing myself for it. I've been ready for it for a while now because she started acting kind of sickly a couple years ago. Vets were kind of useless in the situation. And I just sort of, did my best. When the tumor popped up June of last year, yeah, it was a little under a year ago. When the tumor popped up, it was very freaky. We got it removed, but I knew that the best option was remove her leg. I wouldn't be upset with myself for not just going all in and removing her leg to begin with, but I knew I was going to be homeless soon. And there was no way I could take care of her. And I don't know, it would be difficult to find somebody who could take care of an elderly disabled cat. And I just don't have the resources. I don't have the people. So when the tumor was removed in November, it was skin cancer. So even if the tumor removed, even if the leg was removed, it could still come back. She would still have cancer. So, November the tumor was removed and then it grew back about a month ago and I was like, fuck. So yeah, putting her down was always the plan if the tumor grew back, and it was aggressive. It was the thing that was really it was the only thing that bogged her down. I'm going to feel bad forever because I feel like she could have had so many more years if I could have just chopped off her leg and rehabilitated her. But having a nice life is reserved for those who can afford it, and I can't. There's just no way. I keep getting put in this position where I'm powerless. I have nothing. So this is Mulin's. She didn't really wear it at all for the last year because I'm kind of like off and on about cats wearing collars. I don't think they should wear them all the time, especially when they're indoor. They don't really have a reason to. But I used to have her wear it like before and after I was planning on like taking her to the vet or taking her to my mom's. I would always put it on during then. And since she wore collars from a young age, she got very used to it. Trying to get it to focus. Let's see if this will work, huh? Oh, goodness gracious. Well, either way, I'll get a picture. That's not too bad right there. Mew Mew Baggins. Mulin Baggins Mew Mew. She was beautiful and wonderful and lovely, and so was this little collar, and I will cherish her. She's getting cremated. I'm getting her ashes. I've never cremated an animal before. I know my mom's done it a lot, so it'll be a different experience of having something more physical, where it's not that I feel like I regret not having memories of my other pets. It was more so of like, now that it's an option, I realize that I kind of really want that. So whenever that's ready to be picked up, I'll pick that up. And then I kept her, the last mouse, she had a bunch of mice that she liked more than others, and I kept another one of her favorite mice. But this one was the one that she had till at the end the most. What she would do when she missed me, she would carry it around in her mouth, and she would meow, like a very specific meow that she only used in these situations. And she would put it in her mouth and meow while it was in her mouth. And this was something that she would do when I was gone all the time, apparently, according to roommates. And when I was home, if she did that, I would immediately call her and she would come running and she would drop the mouse the second that I was in view. I thought it was adorable when she would carry things around. She didn't do it often, but when she did, I thought it was so cute. But for some reason, every time we would make eye contact, she would drop whatever she was holding. So I moved out the entirety of my apartment on my own, completely, 100%. Like, it's really ironic because the last time that I moved into this apartment, I straight up said, the next time I move, I am hiring a moving crew. I am so sick of moving. I've lived in 5, 6, 7 locations in the last 10 years. Every time I have to move it in and move it out, and it sucks. It sucks ass. I said verbatim that I am not moving shit, and this time I was the only person doing it. I was able to get my neighbor to help me with the fancy desk that my mom cares a lot about, and I do too. The desk is older than me. She stained it for me when I was a baby, before I was born, and it's a really nice dresser, so I was able to get my neighbor to help me with that. But I struggled for days getting that furniture out, and like, as I was dragging these things down and bumping and thumping against everything in the hallway, I heard everybody in their houses doing whatever, and occasionally they would come outside and do whatever. Nobody ever offered to help me, and it was irritating, but it was like, whatever, fine. At least they're like not outside for real, like in my way, not offering to help. But then today was the very last big thing, which was the mattress, which I had to do 100% by myself. I'm very impressive, by the way. 3 flights of stairs to the truck, and then to the storage unit or wherever I'm taking stuff, completely by myself. I'm getting ripped, bro. Like, you can't see that. Yeah, really impressive. Wish it would have been live streamed. Would have gotten hella views. Anyway, to conclude the story of me moving objects like a boss on my own, today was the mattress, and the mattress was the most difficult thing that I moved today because mattresses are heavy and they're wobbly. I feel like I was interrupted, so they're very difficult to work with. This dude who lives in the apartment, pretty sure because he goes in and out all the time, he has a Z-Trip car, a really beaten up, broken down Z-Trip car. So I don't even, like, if it's a company car, like, what? Is it his own car that he put decals on and now he doesn't work for Z-Trip anymore? Like, what's going on? I don't know. He idles in his car a lot. Like, ever since he moved in, I want to say like 2 or 3 months ago, not too long ago, he idles a lot in that car. So it's normal for him to sit in the car, but the annoying thing is that he parks right in front of the door every single time for like no fucking reason. So I had to park right next to him to get the truck up and get the mattresses and shit up. I'm dragging out the mattress on top of a tarp, so I'm dragging the tarp and with one hand, and I'm holding the top of the mattress with the other hand. And I am struggling. It took me about 20 minutes to get the mattress on the back of the truck. And then it took me an additional 30 or 40 minutes just to tie this shit up. I only had 2 ropes to work with. I had to do some fucking sacred geometry on that shit to make it stay up. I had to wrap one around the side and then take another one and loop it around the top, so it kind of made it like a V, so then that way the loop wouldn't fall down and the mattress fall forward. So like, I had to do a lot of fucking work all around, all together. Everything I've had to do has been a lot of fucking work. Putting Mulin down was heartbreaking. Oh my god. I've done it before, but it's just like, I feel like a monster. If I was a billionaire, she'd be fucking alive right now, recovering from having her leg cut off. Because if she would have had her leg cut off, she would have survived for so long. I should have just cut her fucking leg off to begin with. I have a lot of feelings, and I don't have anybody in my life. I'm excited to go to California. I've lost all sense of purpose and direction with the exception of making my pilot. And what better way to make it than in my car? It's gonna suck. Like this blog I'm gonna be doing, it's gonna be the bad stuff, the good stuff, just all the stuff. If talking about my experiences and being not so fun all the time is what I need to do, then that's just what I need to do. I've had these zits on the side of my nose, they're finally healing up. But they were annoying. I look so good when I'm stressed. I'm still working on, you know, losing my little weight here and there, but I shave. I need a real haircut. I've been cutting my own hair for 2 years. Yikes, bro. I could use a little trim up on my eyebrows. So, yeah, the only thing from here, besides all the stuff I've talked about, I don't think I have it. Ugh, my arm's hurting so bad, and this is such a bad angle. And I have a zit right there. Fucking hell, I'm 30 years old, and I get zits, and I'm sick of it. I am stressed though and sweaty. Not having these windows down are kind of killing me. I'll open one a little bit. All is good and well. Everything technically went according to plan. Everything that I've been planning for the last month, as far as getting all my stuff together, purging a bunch of my stuff, selling a good chunk of my stuff, taking care of Boo, getting her in a foster, getting things organized, and you know, I've had my plan. I've been working on my plan, and I want to go out west, southwest. Yeah, it's just time for me to go to California. I've wanted to go my whole fucking life. I remember when I was in high school, I was looking into a film school. I believe it was film. It was like a film art school in California. It wasn't Cal Arts or anything popular like that. And that shit was $50,000 a semester. And that was in 2013. I'm in Indiana. And Indiana has 3 laws that make it basically impossible to do film. Maybe I'll talk about that later. I think I've already talked about it in another video. I don't know. If you find interest, ask me a question. Look out for my next video, and I'll answer the question. Time to profit off this personality, baby. Bro, there's no way it's too dark. My phone's just a bitch. Here, let me move this blanket, and you'll be able to see the whole world. Why is it acting like it doesn't want to look like you can see all that just fine? Ooh, spooky. Like, bro, the light's right here. This is so weird. You can see the blanket, but I'm like an entity. There we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna make that the thumbnail. Here, hold on, let's try this. This is silly. Hold on. This light is so bright. But I got this little tent set up on the inside of my car. Hold on, let me get there. Actually, let me, oh, I can't take out now. Pretty dope, I like it. I don't know if you could see, but it's cozy. First night, baby. I'm at a Walmart. I came here at 7, but I just could not sleep. I started working on my video. I got some chapstick on. My lips are a little dry because it's chilly. So I worked a little bit on my video. I really need to start drawing, but I don't want to use up my battery thing really quick, you know. I use it to charge my phone all the way up and my speaker and my laptop just long enough to wrap up my project. So tomorrow I'll probably go to Panera. I went to Panera today to do a DoorDash, and it seemed like a really good place to take in my laptop and have a little sneaky snack. So I'm probably going to do that in the morning, and then I'm going to DoorDash in the afternoon, and then in the evening I'm dropping off my car to get fixed. So first night in, I couldn't sleep. I'm about to sleep though. I'm exhausted now after 3 hours of sitting here. I'm nice and cozy. Since it's a chilly night, it's actually really nice in here because it gets really hot in this car really fast. And with all these blankets, my little blanket tent, I feel super cozy. I feel like I'm in a whole different world. Like when I'm under here, it's so funny. It goes completely black, but it's not actually all that dark in here. Like there's my little ceiling. You can kind of see, you know, the front of the car. But anyway, I want to get some Z's. We'll record tomorrow. Nothing terrible's happened. I had a good day of 2 DoorDashes. That's all I did. I was so fucking tired I couldn't do anymore. But when I went to pick up an order at Dollar General, I made them laugh a lot. And they were like, "You are the best DoorDasher I have ever met. I wish all DoorDashers were like you." And we had a nice, quaint little conversation. And I will admit that it is actually a very common thing for people to say that I have been the best DoorDasher that they have ever met. I know that the bar's buried underground for being a DoorDasher. You don't gotta have that customer service, but I have it, and I have fun with it. So did 2 whole deliveries today. Here's to being more productive tomorrow. I want to finish at least one project tomorrow 100%, and then I want to make at least $50. $50 sounds good for tomorrow. For a Wednesday, my dudes. So if I go to a campground, I guess I'll do this shit at a campground too. Really hoping that person with the tent gets back to me, because I have a queen size blow up mattress that would be perfect for a 4+ person tent. But I really don't want to pay out of pocket 30, 50, $70 for a fucking tent. But it would make it a hell of a lot easier if I can get a campsite for a week. Stay at a campsite until I leave in a week. Bro, imagine. But I could set up a tent. I could set up the air mattress. I have my battery charger. I could get a campsite with an electric plug-in. And then I can just fucking hike every day and like work on my projects every day in my tent. I'm like, bro. Oh, weather permitting. I think the weather would be okay. Even if it's going to be really hot or really cold sometimes, I think it's going to be so back and forth. It's going to balance out. And I'm not going to be like way too cold or way too warm. So I'm going to go to sleep. I'm probably going to listen to some guided sleep meditation because I really want to listen to a video. So I'm probably just going to do one of them. Breathe in, hold, and release. And then I'll go to sleep and I'll be peachy. Okay, alright. Have a good night. Hopefully I'll start posting these fucking updates like wildfire. Deuces. R.I.P. Mulin. I love you. I feel your presence all the time and I miss you and I want you to be happy and to move on to the next stage of your being as my beautiful, beautiful girl. Have a good night, y'all.